Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I know how much these healthy hacks I'm about to tell you truly changed my life over a decade ago. If you haven't already seen my health and fitness journey, it's quite a long one. I'm going to link this story below because it's definitely a must watch because I've been on both ends of the spectrum with my health. I've been at one end of the spectrum where I was very, very unhealthy. I had no idea where to start because it's so overwhelming. We know there's so much information out there. I put on 25 kilos in 1 year and it wasn't about the weight. And I always say this because healthy looks different on everybody. But I had a range of health issues I had my sleep apnea, which got worse. I had chronic headaches and I was just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Now, when I say I was unhealthy, I mean it. The only liquid I drank was beer and Coca-Cola. I would eat takeaway every single day and that was pretty much the only thing I would eat. And I was just absolutely miserable. Again, physically I didn't feel great, but mentally I was at a very, very low point. I feel like we really crucify ourselves when it comes to, wanting to overhaul our lifestyle and health. Like we make it really hard on us and it's supposed to be a nice experience. It's not supposed to be punishment. Like we want to move our body and eat well because we can and because it feels good. So I decided I needed to do something different because nothing ever stuck for me. And I feel like a lot of you watching this is gonna really resonate because there was so many times I'd go to the gym and I wouldn't be able to stick it out, or I would yo-yo diet and I was just so sick of it. So I knew something had to change. And these are the healthy hacks that truly have changed my life, whether they're the mindset hacks I'm about to tell you or actual just everyday hacks. I'm really excited for you guys to watch this video because I know it's gonna help you as much as it's helped me. So the first hack I wanna talk about is a mindset shift. And this is the fact that the narrative you tell yourself is so important. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't know if you've heard the quote where it says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So literally how you think of yourself is exactly what's going to happen. So for me, for example, before I got into the gym, like I have for the last 10 years, I was naturally born with quite low muscle tone, very, very weak, very uncoordinated. And I just was like, I'm not a fitness person. I'm just not a fitness person. And that was something I told myself throughout my whole teenage years, early adulthood. That was the biggest sabotage I could do to myself because I'm trying to, go to the gym and try to, lift weights and feel better about myself, but I'm constantly telling myself I'm not a fitness person. For me, for example, I've always told myself I'm not good with numbers, I'm not good at maths. And for me who runs a business, it's kind of important for me to feel okay with the financial side and looking at numbers and figures. But if I'm always telling myself, no, you're not good at that, that's not going to help me at all. And over time, I've realized, no, I'm actually good at that. It's just that maybe I'm not good at Pythagoras theorem or something like that, which I don't need anyway. But you know what I mean? It's like if you tell yourself you're not a runner, well, you're not going to be a runner because you've already made up your mind. You know what I mean? So be really aware of how you're talking to yourself and what the narrative is that you're telling yourself. So if you're telling yourself, I'm lazy, I'm unhealthy, I'm not a fitness person, then you're right. That's exactly what you're going to be because you've already told yourself that. So therefore you're going to act on that. So change your narrative. So even if it's just a bit more encouraging, like my fitness levels aren't great, but I'm getting there, or I'm trying. Something like that, really shift your perspective. Here's a little story of an example of things I used to tell myself. So as you guys know, I just said, I was born with really low muscle tone. Throughout my childhood and teenage years, I had to go get my knees taped because my kneecaps would move around and my shoulders actually would also dislocate, which is disgusting, but they did. And I was actually meant to get surgery and the doctor said you need to get your shoulders pinned. And it was around the same time where I was like, I need to fix my health up, and that was when I was really unhealthy. And then I started going to the gym and I was very weak, very, very weak. And I was always telling myself, oh, you're so weak, fitness person, this and that. And then as I started learning more about the gym, I got a personal trainer for a little bit. And I want to go into more about exactly what I did soon. But, my strength kept building and building. And then I stopped having issues with, my joints. I stopped having issues. My shoulders stopped popping out. So I didn't need surgery anymore. So if I listened to that voice saying, you're not a fitness person, you're not strong, I wouldn't have gone to the gym and therefore, I would have still needed surgery. Isn't that insane? So you really just got to give yourself a bit of a reality check and be like, is this real or is this something I'm just telling myself? The next thing that really changed my life is don't overcomplicate it. We do that so much. And look, I get it. Again, like I said, there's so much information out there about health. It is very overwhelming, especially with social media and things like that. And I still remember the week I decided I wanted to change my life, I was very overwhelmed. But I knew if I wanted to stick this thing through and actually not fall off the bandwagon, I had to do something different. Now, there's two things I want to say with this. Is if you're about to start a routine, an exercise routine or a healthy meal plan or whatever, that you know you can't sustain for a long period of time, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. Everything you need to be doing needs to be long-term. This is a lifestyle change. It's not a quick fix, it's not a fad diet. This is your life and there is no beginning and end in terms of your health. And I think a lot of people think, you know, oh, if I just get to this point, it's gonna be so like smooth sailing and then we're good. And that's not the reality of it. Fitness is something you're always working on. If you can't enjoy the journey of being fit and healthy, then it's not gonna be very fun, is it? So be realistic with yourself. And also, I've said this before and I'll say it again, we all worry about falling off the bandwagon, but there is no bandwagon. There's just life. There's absolutely no bandwagon, guys. We just need to stop overcomplicating it. And this also, I want to give you a few examples now. First one's food. Eating healthy does not have to be complicated. That's why I did my Lazy Girls guides. You can see it on my Instagram, I'll link them below. But things like eating healthy, that used to overwhelm me so much because I was like, I don't know what to eat. I don't know, like, you know, I thought I had to go out and buy all these organic fruits and vegetables, which is great, of course. But like for me, for example, my lunches lately, if you've seen, I've had little lunch plates and it's just got deli meats on it or chicken, capsicum, strawberry, cucumber, laughing cow cheese, just like a mix of literal protein. I've got veggies in there and I've got my good fats. And that's my lunch. So it doesn't have to be complicated. And I feel like too, we all have this image in our head of what we think, you know, a healthy person is. And it's this person that eats kale and salads and all the things. And I actually don't like salad. I actually hate salad. And that was another thing I thought too, because I don't like that type of food. That means I can't be healthy because I like Mexican, I like pizza, that type of thing. But the good thing is, once you really start to educate yourself on, you know, eating healthy and this, like looking at things in the supermarket, you realize you can actually eat those things. Like I make my slow cooked Mexican beef and that's just literally diced beef, tin of canned tomatoes, the taco seasoning packet, some beef stock or whatever, and I chuck it like in the slow cooker or in the Thermomix, chuck it on low for like 6 to 8 hours with some like beef stock water, and that's it. And that's literally so healthy. You know what I mean? So we got to stop overcomplicating things. Stop giving yourself, you know, these ridiculous standards and stop telling yourself you need to hit the gym 6 days a week or 7 days a week. Like, let's stop overcomplicating it, people. That is the best tip I can give. The next healthy hack I did is reducing my step goal. I know that sounds really weird, but I do have a point to this. I was always aiming for 10,000 steps. And I found, you know, a lot of the time I wasn't hitting that. So maybe halfway through the day, I'll look at my watch, my Garmin watch, and see I'm not even close. So what do I do? I don't even try then. So I don't even try to hit it. So of course, weeks and months go on and I'm never even getting close to my step goal because I set the bar too high straight away. All I did was reduce my step count goal to 8,000 steps a day. And what do you know? I was hitting it because I was like, oh, it's not that far. I'll just quickly go for a little walk or jump on the treadmill. And because it wasn't just so overwhelming and such a huge goal for me straight away, especially for someone like myself, I am at my computer a lot. So if you're also someone who hasn't really been moving their body much or you work in an office, if you try and go straight to something like 10,000 steps a day and you're just finding it a bit overwhelming, reduce the expectations. Reduce the expectations on yourself. And when I'm talking about less is more, I'm also talking about your goals. So when you're wanting to, you know, jump into this lifestyle, I find like a lot of us, we set so many goals. Like I want to drink 3 liters of water. I want to hit 10,000 steps. I want to go to the gym 5 days a week. I want to eat green veggies for every meal. I want to take my supplements, blah, 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 blah. And it's a lot, guys. That's a lot of pressure. No wonder we don't bloody start. So I want you to focus on 1 to 2 goals per week or per month. And that is it. Because again, it's just like when I talk about organization, everyone thinks about organizing the whole house and that's so overwhelming. And it's the same what we do with health. Less is more with so many things. 1 to 2 goals at a time. And if you're struggling with your step count, just reduce it a bit and then see how you go from there. The next one is little hacks with water. I'm someone, I actually do forget to drink water. I don't know if it's because, you know, I'm quite busy, we've got the children, and I feel like a lot of us do just tend to forget. So here's a couple of little hacks that I do to make me hit my 2 to 3 liters of water a day. First thing is, as soon as I wake up, I scull a full glass of water. Well, I have my SPP drink bottle, so I'll try and scull half of that as soon as I wake up. And that's really, really good because, you know, you've been fasting overnight, you've been asleep. And by drinking that water too first thing, it's gonna really help wake you up. So that's the first thing I like to do. And then the other way I hit my water intake is before every single meal or snack, I will drink a whole glass of water, or I'll drink from my drink bottle. Again, try and get that halfway point. So just by drinking, say if you have 3 meals a day and you have those 3 glasses of water, let's say they're 500 mils, just before those 3 meals, you've already drank 1.5 liters, literally. And then if you have that water in the morning too, that's 2 liters. That's how easy it is. But again, we overcomplicate it. So try and do that as like habit stacking. So if you guys don't know what habit stacking, I've talked about it in my old vlogs, my previous vlogs. But basically it is like when you're trying to form a new habit, what you want to do is actually stack it with a pre-existing habit that's like really ingrained. So for example, an example I always give is if you're wanting to use a planner. Something you always do in the morning is sit down with a cup of coffee. So then grab your planner and do that at the same time. So you're stacking a new habit with a pre-existing habit. The next healthy hack that changed my life is always meal planning and meal prepping. If you're someone who especially is new to trying to eat a certain way or eat more, that type of thing, if you're not planning ahead and if you're not like prepping easy things to grab during the week, most likely you're going to get super, super busy and then kind of not really get into that new habit. So first let's talk about meal planning. As you guys know, these are my fridge magnets, which are with my brand that I created, Steph Pase planners. And this honestly saves my life. I can't even tell you. So not only does obviously this save me brain power during the week, but it means I'm eating healthy food and I don't have to think about it. And look, you don't have to stick to those nights of the week. We like switch them up if we want. And we always like eat out or get menu like one night a week. But look, these are the normal foods like spaghetti, hamburgers, pesto, pasta. It's just about using good ingredients and just not overcomplicating it. So this means during the week, future Steph on a Monday afternoon who's really, really tired, comes home and just can be like, okay, this is what we're having. And then of course, we're gonna get into meal prep. So this doesn't mean you have to make full meals. So this is a prawn curry I made. And I always like to cook a bit extra because then I've got leftovers for lunches for the next 2 days or extra dinner or whatever. So doing things like that, just making extra. And then also doing things like I made these frittatas and they've been so easy. And this was like such a big batch. This is like half of it left. And this means like, again, during the week, I'm on the run with the kids or with work and I can just grab one and I'm good to go. It's got veggies, it's got protein, it's got everything in it that I need. And it's just honestly about trying new recipes. Like give everything a go and try it like 1 recipe a week. That is like the best thing I ever did when I started my health journey. It was every single week I promised myself I was gonna try 1 new healthy recipe a week. And then I did figure out what I liked, what I didn't like. And I also realized how it wasn't that hard to eat well. Now, speaking of meal prep, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the new products I launched, which I made these because I was so sick of not being able to prep my food and my snacks and stuff and take it with me out and about with the kids, take it to work and around. There was no lunch bags that were like as beautiful as these and that like fit my drink bottle and everything. So I made these and I'm so proud of them. So these are available now at Steph Pase planners. I'm obsessed. I'll quickly show you, but having things like prepped, take them with you for the day. So if you're going out with your kids for like a picnic for the day, if it's the weekend, honestly, doing something like using lunch bag, preferably mine, will help so much. So yes, I did them in beige, blush, and black. I'm obsessed. There's limited stock. It's probably gonna be sold out soon, but I'll quickly show you. So yes, I worked on these for like nearly 2 years. It was insane. So I've got the side pockets for like your drink bottle, and you can get these as a bundle on my website with your matching SPP drink bottle. And there's, you can get grey with the black, or you can mix and match it with beige and stuff like that. But yes, I spent so much time on these. Like I'm just so proud of them. So it's vegan leather. I made this pocket at the front for your phone and like keys and bits and bobs. But the insulation in here is next level. Like at the end of the day, my ice block is still frozen. So you can see how big, how much room there is, literally. But yes, she's got so much room. So they've got all these extra pockets for like any snacks and extra ice packs. Yes, I'm so proud. So doing things like that, guys, like prep your food for the day, you're set to go. Yes, I thought I'd show you guys this because I'm so proud. So yeah, that's the blush and that is the black. They also come with the adjustable strap. I don't know if you can see. So you can just like wear it around. And heaps of people are using this also for their like nappy bag, picnic bag, beach bag, all that type of stuff. But yes, so they're my new babies. So proud of these. And I've also created, this is actually really helpful for you guys. I also created for the launch of my new lunch bags, the Healthy Hacks recipe book. So this has got tons of stuff you can prep. That is, yes, that's an arcade machine behind me. That's right. There's heaps of like breakfast, lunch, and snack ideas that are in the ebook as well. So that's about, I'll give you guys a link to everything below. But yes, being like organized and plan ahead for the week is really going to save your life. And having a cute lunch bag also helps. So yes, I hope you like them. I love them so much. All right, moving on to the next hack. So the next hack, I'm going to be talking about tech boundaries. And I did do a whole YouTube video on this already, which I'll link below. But honestly, if you're someone who is wanting to, you know, overhaul your lifestyle and your health, having boundaries with technology is so, so important. And not only for your mental health, but also if you're someone who, you know, you're wanting to get up earlier so then you can go to the gym and work out and all the things, or go for a walk with the kids or whatever, it's so important that you are clocking off early off your phone. So tech boundaries changed my life, as I said in that video. I now am off my phone at 8 p.m. every single night, and that means I'm getting good sleep so then I can get up earlier and do my workout, whether that's at home or if it's going for a walk before the kids wake up, and I have that time to myself. So really have a look at, you know, how much you're using your phone, because one thing I learned on that health retreat I went to is the neurologist there told us that our phone, basically when we see notifications on our phone, something goes off in our brain and makes us think, you know, there's a bear. And that's why you get that rush of adrenaline, and that makes it so addictive, but it's actually like your brain thinks you're in danger. So if you're doing that all day long and all night, like no wonder you're not going to be sleeping well. So it's really, really important to be aware of that. So the best thing I do is I charge my phone across my room, and that means I'm not scrolling in bed. And also when my alarm goes off in the morning, I have to physically get up and go across the room, grab my phone, and then I'm awake, and then I scull my water. So that is a really good tip. So please check your screen time. If you really want to, you know, cut your screen time in half, I've done a whole in-depth YouTube video, which I'll link it below for you guys. It will change your life. The next hack is for those who do want to get up earlier, but you find it really hard. You're used to waking up an hour later than you would like to. The next week you start trying to get up an hour earlier and it just wrecks you for the whole day and you really struggle. So the biggest hack I do is each week I will get up 15 minutes earlier for the whole week, just 15 minutes. And then it's not like such a big adjustment on your body. So you're not like going to be absolutely buggered. And it's good too, because when I do it, I'm in bed and I'm like, oh, it's only 15 minutes earlier. Like it's not that bad. Get up out of bed. And then if you do that every week for a month, by the end of the month, you're going to be getting up an hour earlier and you're going to be so adjusted to it. It's not going to be hard at all. That was the best early morning hack I ever did, honestly. And I still do it now when I kind of like, if we go away and I start to sleep in again, I will do that again and do the 15-minute hack, and then I'll be back to where I want to be. And the last tip is don't do things you hate. If you don't like going to the gym, if you really hate it, but make sure you genuinely hate it. So don't think because you feel a bit uncomfortable means you hate it. So a lot of the time when we try something new, we're going to be uncomfortable. It's a new environment, there's new people. A lot of the time, you know, if we do go to the gym, we're worried about what other people are thinking. And I promise you, all they're thinking about is how good they look in the mirror and what they're going to have for dinner. They're not worried about you. Don't confuse being uncomfortable with hating something. So I really would like you to give new things a try. But say like, for example, like I hate running, guys. I hate it. I hate cardio. I'm not a fan. I love my weights. And I used to force myself to like try and run. And I liked it for a bit, but I realized I'm like, I don't like running. I really don't like it. So I don't run now. I don't do it because I don't enjoy it. All I do now for cardio is I walk. I like a walk. I like my walks. They're nice. And it's also good for my hormones because my hormones, I've had a lot of issues with my hormones in the past and like having too much stress. So putting myself under extra stress at that time wasn't great for me, but that's a whole other story. But if you don't like, you know, weights, do something else. Go try Pilates, and you can look up things on YouTube. Try yoga, go do dancing, just try something new. But yes, please don't confuse being uncomfortable with hating something. But that is the best tip because you want to enjoy it. And I genuinely enjoy going to the gym. I love it. I love lifting my weights. And there was a time where I hated it because it was hard, and it's still hard, but it's different. And I sucked at it. So You got to see it as a challenge for yourself. There's nothing more that I love, and this is me lately because I did have to have a couple of weeks off where I am a little bit weaker than I was before. And then it's like a challenge. I love a challenge because I know I can do it, because it's the narrative I tell myself is I'm going to get there. There's absolutely, I'm going to get there. So then I do. And it's just honestly about those changes in mindset and not overcomplicating it and not fall into the all or nothing mentality. But anyways, I hope this YouTube video helped. Please let me know below what you thought and if you have any questions. And I can honestly talk about this stuff all day long because I'm just so passionate about it. And yes, I will link my new lunch bags below along with the new ebook as well. I hope you guys love them. I'm so happy with them. And yes, I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.